Hi, Kaiwaza here with you again, and a little different video. We're going to finish up the Jerry Bird records. There aren't too many of those today. We'll hear some needle drops from that, and then I'm going to come back with a little bit of information and an update that you might want to know about. Yeah, so let's wrap up the Jerry Bird records. Okay, so continuing with our Jerry Bird records, this one is called Potpourri, Jerry Bird on steel guitar. It does have the big 3 there that came from, which lets you know that I bought this record at Django's in Portland, Oregon. When I was living there, they had a section of records 3 for $1, and if you can believe it, I got this one 3 for $1. And it is on the Monument label. More of Jerry Bird's Hawaiian steel guitar stylings. There's another Monument album, and this one is called Admiral Bird. Also on Monument. And there might be like 1 or 2 Hawaiian songs on these, but most of them are not Hawaiian, but they are on the Hawaiian steel guitar. And it is like just not gonna focus on these, is it? This one's a double LP set. And these were actually released separately, and then at some point they put them together and did a gatefold. They kind of wasted the inside there, just like advertising Monument Records. But it's 2 albums together. One is Burning Sands, Pearly Shells, and Steel Guitars. And the other album is called Polynesian Suite. The first album is the Burning Sands one. And the second one is Polynesian Suite, which is kind of more interesting to me. It's kind of hard to see those titles there. It's all of the songs on the Polynesian Suite were written by, what's his name, Boudleaux Bryant? Yeah, Boudleaux Bryant. And it's titles like Pearl Harbor March and Surfside Up and Teriyaki and whatever. This also is on Monument, a later label. And my understanding is Polynesian Suite, I have heard, was recorded in Mexico City, actually with an orchestra, and there was a major earthquake during the recording of Polynesian Suite. But they continued. This one is a Canadian label, Maple Records, Bird in Hawaii, featuring Jerry Bird on steel guitar and guest vocals by Nina Keali'iwa Hamana. And this is a series that Maple did, Sweet Sweet, I believe it's called Sweet Sweet Steel Guitar Series on the other albums, number 2, and I think there were about 13 or 14 in the series. This is really a nice album, and Nina Keali'iwa Hamana is a well-known singer here who sang with Hawaii Calls and with her family, and she has a very beautiful, beautiful voice, and she sings on some of the songs here. And this is the Maple label. Finally, or not finally, now we move into the period where Jerry Bird has moved to Hawaii. Jerry Bird steel guitar Hawaiian style on Lehua Records. This is a Hawaiian label recorded in Hawaii. And he moved here, did backup for a lot of the Hawaiian musicians recording, and also started teaching steel guitar, and that became really his thing, to teach steel guitar to young people in Hawaii so that the instrument would continue on. Because at the time, not very many people were learning steel guitar. finally for Jerry Bird, and this one is, there's a date on this one, 1976, this one. And then this one, the last one I have, LP 1979. This is Jerry Bird. It's called Master of Touch and Tone. That's on the cover is the plaque from when he was inducted into the Steel Guitar Hall of Fame, which is, I think, in Ohio. It says, or St. Louis. Somewhere, I don't know. Jerry Bird wrote some of these songs. Wish I could. This is just not focusing very well. And this is on Midland Records label. And let's hear a few samples from these, the last Jerry Bird records. Oh, and I should say before we go, Jerry Bird did continue recording some into the CD era. He does have a couple of CDs out. And he actually just passed away, I think, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, Jerry Bird. Enjoyed those needle drops, and a little bit of an update. I want to give you some information. This may interest some of you and it may not, and you can just skip it if if it doesn't. But some of you may have been noticing that I'm not referring people to my Hawaiian online radio station called Hawaiian Hi-Fi anymore. I always kind of tag at the end and reference that and tell people if they want to hear selections from the record collection to go to Hawaiian Hi-Fi. I'll keep it short here, but there were changes in the new copyright and royalty payment laws were passed just before Christmas last year. And unlike the previous laws for 2008, there was no sort of exemption or special rate made for small webcasters such as myself and like thousands of other people who are just doing this as a hobby. And there was some sort of I didn't know the details, but anyway, we didn't pay the regular rate like what a huge company would have paid. It was much less money. So anyway, and there was a meeting about it, and they decided specifically not to do a small webcaster exemption, so it was not a mistake or an oversight. So what that means is that myself, Hawaiian Hi-Fi, and thousands of webcasters as of really the end of last year or the ending of January will discontinue their stations, because there's no way that we could afford the royalty fees, and royalty payments would be through the roof to continue doing that. Also, as a result, where I have had my station, Live365.com, is actually going out of business because they can't really survive it either, and they don't have the investment backing that they had. So for them, they're going to also be closing down at the end of the month. My station is still on the air, but it actually could be pulled at any day before the end of the month. I don't really know when, but it's still up there. But anyway, I am, I'm sorry to be losing the station for sure, because it's been 4 years and I've really enjoyed it, and I've heard from people in different parts of the world that have enjoyed the music, and I hate for that to stop. However, I am going to keep things on a positive note, and I am looking forward to 2016 because there are two things now that I have started doing to keep sharing some of this music. One is I've created a new YouTube channel, not the one you're watching now. I created a new one that you can look up and subscribe to. I'll put the link in the description below. It's called Hawaiian Leisure Hour. It's going to just be music videos from my record collection, similar to what you look at the records here or have been hearing on the radio station. The station is set up so that you can search for individual songs if you want to, or individual artists, but the station is also set up as one gigantic playlist, so you can just select play all, and if you want to select random, then it will just like shuffle all of the songs. There's not that, I just started this like last week or something, so there's only maybe 50 videos or so up, but it's a very simple process, and it won't be long before there's literally hundreds up there. So I would refer you to Hawaiian Leisure Hour. Not the same as the radio station, but the same kind of music, and you'll be able to hear it that way. The second thing I've done that I just found out about like yesterday or the day before, someone referred me to a site called 8tracks.com, and there you are able to upload your own playlists from your own files and your own music to create, like how people used to do mixtapes and mix CDs and that sort of thing. You can create like a mixed playlist of your own music to share with people. So I joined there, and I've started to create Hawaiian music playlists with mixtapes with music from the collection. So some of them may be themed, and some of them may just be a mixture of styles like what you'd hear on the station. So you can go to 8tracks.com, and my username there is Kaiwaza, and that's where all my playlists will be, just like this station here, Kaiwaza. So two things, and I will put the links to both in the description below. You can subscribe to Hawaiian Leisure Hour, and you can follow my playlists at Kaiwaza at 8tracks. So won't be having the radio station, but we will be continuing to bring you all this great old Hawaiian vinyl throughout the coming year 2016, and I hope beyond. So thank you for watching, and if you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more. We have just scratched the surface of this collection, really, but we're getting close to the end of the letter B. Then we'll move on to a new letter. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.